Hi, my name is Allison K. I graduated from Boswell High School in the class of 2016. I am currently attending the University of Texas at Austin, and I'm a government and religious studies major. Welcome. I had a pretty rough childhood from the beginning. I grew up in a pretty bad neighborhood in the LA area in California. There was a lot of crime and a lot of poverty, a lot of gang violence and drug abuse in that area. So being a GT kid with a IQ of 142 and being in a school district that doesn't necessarily go to your potential is very, very difficult and something that you have to always fight against, especially when education to these students isn't necessarily very important, because it's more important to get your next meal than it is to learn about why John Steinbeck wrote the way that he did in Of Mice and Men. I'm kind of amazed that I was able to get through it the way that I did, especially with school, because most of the time you'll see students' grades drop and you'll see those certain things, but fortunately I didn't have that happen. I actually found a safe haven in reading, and I found a safe haven in learning about history and learning about those different things, and I guess that's why I'm so passionate about people and law and humanities in general now, because I found a haven when my world was kind of chaos at home. I think something that we miss a lot of the time as Christians is loving people and being passionate about loving people, because that's such a huge aspect of our faith, is to love people more than you love yourself and more than you love almost anything else other than God. And I love people, and so when I was looking for a profession or something that I wanted to go into, maybe just a general idea, I was fiddling around with what can I do that's people oriented, because I'm good with people and I've always been told that, and I just needed to know what I could go into. And I've always been told, like, Allison, you'd be a great attorney because of your arguing skills and everything else. And so I actually considered it, and I said, what would it take for me to get here? And could I interact with people the way I want to? And am I doing what I want? And that's what I decided to go with, because one of my favorite quotes of all time is, "A victim is only a victim if you continue to silence them." And I feel like there's so many people on this earth that we like to silence because they are going through hardships that are very, very hard to talk about. But just because we go through things that are hard to talk about doesn't mean we have to cover them up. It means that we need to shed light on them to stop them from happening. I received 2 scholarships from the Education Foundation. Those scholarships honestly did a lot for me. I grew up in the lower bracket, and so of income. So going to school, I was very, very nervous about paying it. I'm a first-gen kid, which is a first-generation college student. No one else in my family above me in my actual lineage has gone to college, other than my aunt, but she's not my actual bloodline, so I don't know. Going into college was very, very important for me, and it's also like a first step for my dad to get to witness, or my grandma, or a lot of other people. So paying for it was terrifying because I said, how am I going to pay this much money for me to go to school every semester and pay all my bills and be an adult and do all these things? Like, this is scary. Like, you are 18 years old actually going out into the world saying, how do I pay for this? And having scholarships in a school district that supports you and wants to give you those things and wants to see you succeed in school is so amazing, because if you didn't have teachers or organizations that want to invest in your future, we'd honestly have a problem, because no one would be able to get to where we're going. 18-year-olds don't have $5,000 sitting in their back pocket. Maybe their parents do, but not me. So having that support financially just kind of made me feel more empowered about being able to make that decision to go to school get out of my comfort zone. It's so like pertinent that we are investing in our students, whether that be time, money, scholarship opportunities, or tutoring your student, or talking to them about what's going on in their life. And I think we fail to see that there's so many different ways to invest in these students and to make an impact in their lives. For me personally, I've had so many teachers be able to intervene in my life and to be able to be almost another parent to me and have that opportunity. And sometimes we don't have that option to be able to intervene in people's lives that way. So we have to do it the way we can. And now I'm doing it by volunteering in Austin with kids, or being able to do different things in my church when I'm home. But it's so important to invest whatever we can into our coming generations, because we're gonna get what we give. If we give so much of our time and our effort and we invest in these students, then maybe, just maybe, something great's gonna come of it.